Allen versus Tua, Sunday Night Football. Derek, we've made it to the end of the regular season. Buffalo at Miami. Welcome, everybody, to the Blitz Show, brought to you by Covers, where Derek Carty and his Blitz projections look to pick up the best plus EV plays for every primetime game. Buffalo, a 2.5-point road favorite in this game. 48.5 total, can lock up their fourth consecutive division crown. I'm wondering if the Blitz has Buffalo as big as a favorite on the road in Miami as the books do here, Derek.
It actually doesn't. It actually has the Dolphins as a small favorite, about 0.5 point. So, decent deviation from the line here, actually.
So I'm guessing, looking at expected value, there would probably be a little more on just looking at the game script. Buffalo in the passing game a bit more?
Potentially, yeah.
All right. Let's go. And in saying that, let's get the first one is James Cook under 2.5 receptions plus 135. Bet 365 is a play at the time of recording Friday afternoon. As I mentioned, an increase possibly in passing. That doesn't really correlate to James Cook getting more involved, especially when he's losing snaps to Ty Johnson, who has really come on with the Joe Brady offense. I've been looking at him for TD stuff. He gets work basically on any down. He's getting work close to the goal line. It's really cutting into Cook, who I still think people have that idea of James Cook during what was the holiday game the primetime game. They went like 200 yards. Like that is probably still fresh in people's mind. This is good plus money. What do you like about the under receptions and maybe a diminishing passing game role?
Yeah, the Blitz projects 2.15 here, so more than a quarter of a reception under, and we're getting it at plus 135, which is really nice. I feel like this is still a little inflated from kind of that spike that Cook saw in targets, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. There was, a span of 2 or 3 weeks there where he was just getting 15% of the targets plus. Even though he wasn't really running any more routes, his role in the pass game has stayed more or less the same. If anything, it's gone down a little bit. In the last couple of weeks, his targets have finally settled back more in that 9 to 10% target share range. He's facing a Miami defense that does not blitz and plays a lot of man coverage, which generally leads to fewer targets for running backs. And so at this number, I really like this one.
I've spent a lot of time betting on running back receiving props. And as soon as you see that linebacker follow the running back, it's the worst feeling ever because it's gone. There's nothing easy there, regardless of yards, but that's a tough one to get. That's a really good point. And you might think man coverage can draw people downfield, kind of what we like with running back props or with quarterback running props. But if that linebacker's locked onto that running back, it's tough to really get open and get those receptions. Another one I like too. This is a lean on your end, but it's good plus money. Khalil Shakir over 2.5 receptions. Plus 155, bet 365, time recording Friday. He's benefiting a lot because Buffalo's going 11 personnel heavy again, 74% route share last week, 4 targets, 74% 11 personnel last week compared to 35% in week 15. That's a difference of him playing or not playing, and right now he's playing.
Yeah. You have to think maybe it's a little bit matchup dependent, a little bit of variability in here, but he has been playing. He's been out there running routes. Like you said, the last 3 weeks, 70% of the routes, 70% of the dropbacks he's been running a route on. So this is a guy who's still a part of the offense, even with Dawson Knox back, and we're getting really good odds on this. The Blitz projects it as not quite a coin flip, more like a 45% or so probability, but at plus 155, that's solid value.
And we're also seeing Gabe Davis not hog a lot of targets. His target share seems to be falling down now. And Stephon Diggs has not been de facto number one as quarterbacks get better, as you see, and get older. They're just happy to find the open receiver and not force anything, especially Josh Allen, who sometimes gets himself in trouble forcing things. So Khalil Shakir was hot. He's kind of slowed down because of personnel issues, but that could be fixed here in the spot. And a couple of big plus money plays here from the Blitz to wrap up week 18. James Cook under 2.5 receptions, plus 135. That's a play. And then Khalil Shakir over 2.5 receptions, plus 155. That's a lean. It's been a great regular season, Derek, profitable to say the least. But we keep going, and then we'll be doing every playoff game going forward, as everything's an island game and big consequences going forward. So let's do that. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. Been a great year, pal. This is the Blitz Show, brought to you by Covers. We'll see you back here, wild card round, following this Week 18 game.